This is the plaintiff, Jasmine Housey. She says the defendant is her neighbor, and the foolish woman let her 7-year-old son move her parked car, and that kid hit her car, denting it. Now the woman won't pay for the damages because she says the 2 estimates she got were too expensive. Huh? Your kid did the crime. Now it's time to pay her the $1,550 she's owed. These are the defendants, Shantae Williams and Albert Castillo. Shantae says her 10-year-old son took her keys, got into her car, and drove it. He has some control issues, which she's working on with him, and thought the plaintiff would have some compassion. Instead, she went out and got estimates to fix every little dent on the car, including the one her son made, and she refuses to be ripped off by the likes of that woman. They're accused of dinging it up.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says her neighbor let her 7-year-old kid move her car and crashed it. The defendant says the kid's 10 and he stole the keys and he's expecting some compassion from the plaintiff. It's the case of you gotta be kidding.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Jasmine Housey, you are suing Shantae Williams and her son Albert Castillo for $1,550. The estimate that you received to repair your car after, according to you, young Mr. Castillo, who is how old?
10.
10, drove her car into yours. Tell me what happened.
So basically, on April 28th of this year, Miss Williams, along with two other women, came to my door and told me that she had given her, she said 7-year-old son at the time, she had given him the keys.
He's 10, so you must have misheard. But
no, she told me 7 at the time. It's also in the text messages. But
really?
Mm-hmm. She told me that he was 7, and she said that he had gone downstairs to get his iPad and that he had reversed her car and hit my car. We're parked directly next to each other. Parking spaces.
Was that picture taken after this or
after?
But right after?
Like right after, like a few days, like a day or two.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I just want to know if they were still parked in the exact same position they had been in before.
Yeah, we parked. I'm in space 24.
Okay, but it's a few days later that the picture's taken.
Mm-hmm.
And your car is which color?
White.
Your car is the white car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so what happens?
So this is the damage that was done to my car. We go downstairs, and she basically told me that, she's like, I spanked him. He went downstairs, and he reversed the car. And she came up to tell me because we have cameras at our building, and we're parked directly. I'm in space 24. She's in space 25. And there were also two other tenants.
She might have come up to tell you because she's a decent human being. That could be the other reason. But,
and, well, okay, but
I know you don't feel that way because of what happened subsequently, but okay, go ahead.
Understood. Anyway, so she basically said that she would take care of the damages. When we went downstairs, I said that I was going to call the police, and then she informed me at the time that she did not have registration or insurance. So I said to her, okay, well, your car's not registered or insured, so how do you want to handle it? So basically, what was going to happen is that she was going to take care of the damages and reimburse me, and we would handle it amicably between neighbors. That's what we agreed on, which is also stated in the text messages that we have. So I then went ahead and got 2 quotes on my own time, local shops in our area that I've actually used one of them before, and I provided them to her, and now she doesn't want to pay for it.
And they were how much?
One was $14.23, the other one was $15.24.
Okay, and then what happens?
She doesn't want to pay for it, and it's just the damage on that car. My car had no other issues at all, period.
Okay, and then according to her, what she tells you is take it to this third place that I know and trust, meaning she knows and trusts, and then what?
I went there on my lunch break just to accommodate her, and he wasn't able to give me a written quote. There was a lawnmower. It was literally a shack.
Did they give you an estimate?
He wasn't able to give me one at the time.
Why
He
not?
told me there was no computer, there was no desk. I mean, I can't tell you.
Okay, so you weren't comfortable, you didn't want it taken care of there. What was it he verbally told you he would charge to fix it?
He told me something like, should be around $500 or $600, I'll let you know.
Okay.
And I said, okay, well, I got 2 other quotes, so when can you let me know? I need a
Did you ever
written
tell him,
estimate.
but how could you possibly fix it for $500 or $600 when the other quotes are $1,500?
Did I tell him that? No, I didn't tell him that.
Okay, so do you have insurance?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have full insurance.
Do you have insurance?
Yes.
Did you give her your insurance information?
No.
Did you have insurance at the time?
No, I didn't have insurance at the time.
Oh, well, do you think I care if you have insurance now? I'm asking about this lawsuit in this case. All right, so what happened, Ms. Williams? What happened?
It was, I think, a Thursday night. It was me, some friends, and family over for dinner. And my son came up to me and asked me, can he use my charger? And I said, Jessica's using it, give her a little bit and she'll give it to you. So he said, okay. So I was cooking, and then the next thing I know, my sister's friend called me. She goes, oh, your son just got into an accident with your car. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's in the room. And she's like, no, he's downstairs. So I'm like, okay, oh my God. So I asked her to bring him upstairs, and I asked him, what did he do? He said he went downstairs to get the other charger that's in my car, and he was driving my car in and out of this spot, and I guess somebody spooked him or something.
Had he ever done that before?
No. And
Okay.
he had hit her car. So I said, okay.
You know what? Hold on. I need to hear this from Albert himself.
Okay, so even if the kid stole the keys, is the mother responsible?
I think so.
Why?
She should have been more aware of where the keys are.
And where the kid is, right?
Yeah.
I had to come to you, by the way, just because your beard is so awesome.
Oh, thanks, man.
What do you say?
I agree. She should be aware.
You agree on his beard, or you agree on what he said?
Both of them.
Okay, well, there you go. Going inside the courtroom.
Albert, what happened here, honey?
Well, as she said, she had family and friends over, so I took her keys. I wanted to get the charger from downstairs, and then I got it, and then I moved her car in and out of the spot.
Wait, how did you get the harebrained idea to move her car? Have you ever driven before? You can tell me the truth. So what made you think it would be a great idea with nobody next to you telling you what to do to drive? How did you know what to do, one thing after the other? How'd you know?
I saw her do it. Like,
Okay.
I saw her do it when I was in the front seat.
Okay. So what'd you do?
Moved it in and out of her spot.
Okay, well, how did you end up hitting the lady's car?
Somebody said something, and I got spooked. So
Who was the somebody who said something? Were they in the car with you?
in the balcony yelling.
Yelling to you to stop driving? Was that you said you had it, who was it?
It was someone, I guess it was someone that...
Not your relative?
No, none of us. It was,
All
I
right.
guess, a floor
When
above
you hit
or
the
something.
car, what do?
I stopped. I put it in park. Then we went upstairs, and I got in trouble for that.
And how did you get in trouble? What was the trouble?
I can't watch TV or play games for a month.
A month, wow. And all right, so why is it that you won't pay for the repair? You feel like she's trying to pull one over on you?
Yes, yes, because I went downstairs and we talked, like she said, and then, so I recommend her to a body shop.
Wait, have you ever done body work to a car?
No.
Right, I can tell.
Okay, so
how big was the dent to her car?
like a golf ball, tennis ball.
Golf ball. I have a picture of the damage, and I want to know what golf ball you're playing with this size.
I mean, not a golf
because
ball,
it
like a
looks like a
tennis ball.
volleyball, not a golf ball. It is big. It is big. It is this big, the dent, not this big. Golf ball is this big.
But it's not really a dent. It's more like the paint and the scrape of it.
Okay, I have no idea what you were saying, but I want to show you this and ask you, is this what you were describing, and we're just describing it differently?
Yeah, see, all that
Okay.
is not really a dent. It's like a dent
Okay,
right
it's
here.
all not how it, this big is not how it used to be, right?
Okay.
Right, so I realize that you feel that it's ridiculous to pay $1,500 if you could get away with if you could pay $600. But at the end of the day, here's how it works. The only thing I as a judge have to do is use my many decades of experience. Well,
I also have a
use
quote,
my
too.
2 decades of experience on the bench to figure out whether or not this look, because you know how many of these cases I do every day?
Right.
Yeah, a lot.
But I also have a quote, too.
I have a house with 3 teenagers. Okay, 2 of them driving. Do you know how much body work I've had to pay for in my day?
Yeah,
So my
I can
insurance doesn't go up? A lot. Right out of this little pocket right here by this big hip. That's where it comes. So I know what body work costs. If you get a $600 job, what kind of car is this?
It's a Maxima. A
What
Nissan
year?
Maxima, 2011.
Yeah, you know, based on the damage that I am looking at, I do not think that the $1,423 quote is excessive, and I am going to award the plaintiff the lower of the 2 estimates of $1,423. That's my judgment. It is against both of you, you as the owner of the car, you as the perpetrator, and the judgment will stay outstanding against him until it is paid off or for 20 years. That is how it works. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you.
So the plaintiff prevails. Ms. Williams and her son Albert, the defendants, are on their way out of the courtroom. You have a judgment against you. Did you hear the judge, what she just said? It's going to stay in effect for 20 years if you don't pay it. This is serious. You learn anything from this episode? How about you, Ms. Williams?
Yes, I've learned.
You know, the other thing, you're still neighbors, right?
Yes.
Your cars are still being parked next to each other, right?
Yes.
That makes it tricky. Are you going to be ultra careful now?
Yes.
Okay, you don't talk a lot. You can say more if you want.
No, that's fine.
You're okay. All right. Well, look, good luck. I hope you can
Thank
keep
you.
the peace. Albert, make sure this gets paid. Okay. Here comes the plaintiff, Ms. Hauser. You look happy. You satisfied with it? You should be.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Obviously. Let me ask you about the fact that you're still neighbors and she's still parking her car next to yours. How about
Well,
that?
hopefully she has insurance now, so we'll be fine.
You're not worried, okay?
No.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All righty. Okay, Harvey, what do you think?
Okay, just so you know, Doug, these judgments are typically good for 10 years, and they can also be renewed. So even though the kid is 10 years old, if the plaintiff's persistent, you can get the money. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.